A racist passenger throws a fit when a black woman sits next to him. Here's the video.
So we're on an Air France flight to Dallas from Spain, no, from Paris. And my friend, console didn't work. So they reset her next to this man. Let him turn around. Please let him turn around. And he told her what? He said, why are you sitting here? I said the flight attendant said I could move here because my seat isn't working. And he literally just kept questioning me and looking at me like, I don't have to give you a reason. You did not buy the seat. I was told I could move here. He gets up to go speak to the flight attendant. They come back and say, oh, he's not happy. Can you get up and move? First off, I don't care if he's not happy. I was given permission to sit here. I did not ask you to move from your seat. You did not buy this seat. So why are you asking me, a black woman, to get up and move? If he wants to move, he can get up and move. If he doesn't want to sit next to someone black, that is not my problem.
You damn right. Let that happen to me. Go ahead and deplane. Everybody gonna have to get on? Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Okay? It's time out for this. So there's this practice, little known practice, where individuals who are bigoted will make requests to not sit next to a certain ethnicity. Ironically, sometimes they are accommodated for this madness. Now, black Air France passenger was explaining the racist scenario, not wanting to sit next to her. So this is insane. But there's a system that protects it. What's the system? Somebody in authority coming to the black woman saying, hey, listen, this guy who is exactly the same as you, paid to be here, see, he's uncomfortable. You haven't done anything wrong, but I need you to be inconvenienced by his feelings. Can you move? That part. Okay? Now, the air crew proved to be extremely unhelpful to her. Here it is.
It was him, and then there was an empty seat, and then there was a son. So they literally sat her in the empty seat. And they made her get up and move because he wasn't happy with the fact that she sat next to him. I think we all paid for the same, it's not first class. We all paid for the same price for the seats. So I'm just honestly confused what's going on. Right, get your bread on camera. Right there.
The problem is that he didn't understand what did you see there.
But it's not his business. I told him my seat is not working.
Okay, you see
Exactly. They changed it twice. And then the flight attendant, the tall one, I don't know his name, he said, here's 2 options of seats that you can move to. So I told him that. But even if so, it doesn't. We don't have to explain to someone. No one paid for the seat. I paid for my seat back
he
there.
understood what was talking about the guy on the other side. I'm not sure he heard what was the problem.
But you understand what we're saying?
It doesn't matter what the problem
is.
is.
It's not the seat. You did not buy the seat. Why do you care?
If it wasn't me, someone else could have been sitting there.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you just please get up? He's just really not happy. The flight attendant said, I'm sorry, he's just not happy. Can you please get up? In a seat that he put her in. And she did nothing.
It sounds like a company needs to send the employees to their innate bias training class. Why was his comfort so much more important than hers? Start there. Put it a full mask. Michelle Momak, pictured here, is a nurse practitioner. She saves lives. Who was traveling with her friend, Christina Menaker, a hair and makeup stylist, when this encounter occurred on Air France. Christina would explain further what happened to her friend Michelle. Quote, it broke my heart and had me fuming to see my friend treated like this. Her TV didn't work on our Air France flight, so a flight attendant reassigned her to another seat. But the man sitting there complained, and instead of standing up for her, that same flight attendant made her move again. She was in tears the rest of the flight. And he knew she was crying, but never even apologized. The crew and Air France did nothing but file a report while we were in the air. We were both in complete disbelief of how this incident was handled, shaking my head. Yeah. Sorry this happened to you, obviously. It was an emotional experience, and this individual validates the reality of bigotry in this world. But he does not validate or confirm your worth or your value. You are the person who can experience, let's say, heaven, because you appreciate diversity. I would imagine that a man who can't sit next to a beautiful Black woman has to be in a hell of sorts every day of his life in a diverse global society. All right, Yasmin, thoughts?
Yeah, this is how entitled people learn how to be entitled.
Yeah.
This racist entitled man complained that he had to sit next to a Black woman, and then the flight attendant then asked the Black woman to move to appease the racist man, thus, cementing his entitlement within him. So now she is dealing with this traumatizing thing that has happened. And I don't mean to exaggerate what she's going through, or I don't want to speak for her, but these are bullying tactics that are being used against grown people, right? And I don't want to diminish the emotional effects that these types of situations can have on people. Because even though she's just sitting there, she's dealing with it beautifully, this is still something that she shouldn't have to deal with. It's still something that she's gonna think about when she can't sleep at night. She's gonna be like, remember when that happened? And it's not gonna feel good, So all of these little microaggressions, and I say micro because nobody was physically hurt, but this was very much, I don't like you because of this, illogical reason. And now you have to deal with it. And so while she is being shaken by this whole situation, that man is just sitting there kikiing with the other people on the plane. So it's really like an alternate reality that people live in, right? The world is a different place for different types of people. And some of us understand that better than others. But this man, he seemed also very well aware of his white privilege in this situation, because he knew that if he just spoke up in this situation, that the flight attendants would side with him instead of with this Black woman nurse practitioner.
Yeah, and the irony is they're in first class, which means there's significant space that you don't have in other seating arrangements.
Yeah.
So it's not as if
They
they're
bought the same ticket.
That's right. There you go.